option if they did want to play it that way. It's going to be against the Gnar, so I do think that putting Nocturne in mid is going to be the better option, especially because he's global and can affect, you know, Solka, which is the power spike where he actually starts to become really relevant around the map. He's not in a position to push for this top lane, but Pioshik's here.
Look at Pioshik trying to take the angle so he can't get hopped on. The sleep comes in, the flash over the wall. Mega Gnar ready to go, but is it gonna matter? The damage is just too much, and Doran has no wait. As we both talked about, getting this early lead is so powerful. I mean, Pioshik's back. He's up 2 levels. Blank gets a level here, thankfully, on the Raptors. As here we go, trying to engage now, but immediately the Hecarim just disappears, and the roam will come in, the equalizer on top of both of them. UCal desperately trying to get something back, and he does get 1 kill, but that's now a double kill to the Nocturne mid. And Doran desperately trying to trade it back, but another massive trade in favor of DRX in the enemy jungle.
Yep. Kingen has actually traded this back so well, too. He's just going to keep trading on to Doran. Like, Doran's not going back to lane. He might not be going back alive. He gets one opportunity.
Trying to make this trade happen with the Mega Gnar, but I think he realizes right away, it's like, well, I can't get this going. He's going to bait in Kingen, though. Really nice bait, and I think Kingen went a little bit too far this time around to throw a boulder over there. Not going to get much done. And finally, Blank is going to go for this Infernal Drake. I thought he could have gone for it a bit earlier, but perhaps
the bot lane when they're trying to side lane down there. But with all these things that we talked about, the possibilities and how difficult it is to execute, like, this is the one that you just get value out of instantly. They're grouped up here. I think this is definitely advantage KT. They're going to get this Drake for sure, and I think DRX a little bit too slow to pull the trigger.
Yeah, here we go. Equalizer.
They're going to go ahead and look for the fight around this. Blank is super late to the party, so this is actually a really tough fight for KT to take. They're going to need a really nice Emperor's Divide if they are going to go ahead and engage onto this, and they're just so slow to get here. As the Slay is already here for TRX, they got it down.
Yeah. Paranoia comes in. Will he commit this time, or is it just to get... Okay, he's going to go onto the Gnar. They're trying to blow up the Gnar here, but Mega Gnar pops immediately, but it just does not matter, as Becca is going to bring in 2 and pick off UCal as well. Really nice Emperor's Divide. The Samira gets her ultimate off with a ton of damage and has been able to turn this fight around. So props to Hybrid to making it happen. Well, they're going to use all their ultimates to open up some room here. And this is what Tempo's all about, right? You can see they're immediately going to have to disengage.
Not actually, you know, at risk of being picked, and he can defensively set up for an Emperor's Divide if they dive in. Like, UCal's positioning here is so perfect, and they don't even commit. They can't. And this feels like the beginning of a really big advantage for KT Rolster.
Trying to jump onto the Lilia here. Doesn't seem like they have enough damage. Hybrid is going to get caught up on the top side. But the Lilia eventually does go down. Now 4-on-4, they're going to take out the set, but still a lot of damage remains here on the side of DRX. But look at UCal getting so much stun. He's going to dive onto the Rumble and take him down now. And you talked about this Jhin. Now he's all alone, quite literally, and he will be taken out with the...
Look at where Doran is right now. DRX are caught in this choke point, and their damage output outside of the initial burst just isn't there. This team fight actually...
Pioshik smites the Scuttler, and so he can't even challenge. Okay, we're just going to full-on engage. That story will have to wait. They're trying to get into that backline here. Do they have the damage? They're getting a lot done, but perhaps not enough as they finally take out Hybrid. There's the equalizer, a lot of value, but UCal is now here, and he's got double buff, level 15. He will easily challenge King, and he's sitting in the flame. What BM is coming out from UCal? He's like, yeah, good job, buddy. You don't have enough damage. I've got a Mountain Drake now, too. And he easily shuts down DRX.
Just so easy to counter engage, right, with this composition, especially with the Emperor's Divide, but also Blank as well on this Hecarim. He can turn things around in an instant when you do engage. Doran may have overextended a little bit here.
Well, he's got Blank to help him out. That's a 3-man ultimate. And you can see that Doran, with the Gore Drinker, he is very tanky. Solka is going to go down, and Doran's going to just barely go down at the end. But it was close. He got a lot of value. I mean, he's going to kill 3 members of DRX surviving for such a long time. Pioshik doing a little bit of surfing there. Gives the thumbs up, and that's going to be...
Didn't get enough of an advantage, so it feels like we're just watching, you know, the idea of the composition for DRX is great. The execution is also great, but it's just too late. They're too far behind, and it just isn't going to work anymore as Doran survives so long. Like you said, he's turning this into an amazing trade for KT Rolster. You know, he dies, but the value is there. Pyosik can't get away. UCal teleports in for the chase. And yeah, I think this game is definitely over. There's just no room left for DRX. Yeah. Won that Drake, or the Herald fight, you know? And then the Mountain Drake fight after that was like just the cherry on top.
UCal, actually level 17, so we have someone that has beat Doran in levels, but it's all KT. I mean, they have two Mountain
Concrete. You know, it's very sharp, but with how hard KT is now, I mean, you're not going to scratch him.
You're exactly right. There's not much they can do. Becca here is just going to get blown up. You see the damage difference now is heavily in favor of KT. Solka into the back line will try his best, and he does have a stopwatch, as he will eventually go down as well. So no more set, no more Nocturne, and KT will be able to take down this Baron and look to take the game from there at around 30 minutes.
Yeah, just going to take this, try to push down some inhibitors. The map belongs to them completely, the Rolster.
Yeah, and UCal had two stopwatches. He was doing the same thing he did on his telecom war, but he did have to sell his stopwatch for a needlessly large rod, so he's got that. Samira's got her own stopwatch. They have double Mountain Drake with the Mountain Soul and multiple defensive items now. They're going to look to push in here and improve their Baron power play stat as much as possible. See that Doran? He's like thinking about the 1v5. He's like, I wonder if I could do this.
I mean, he certainly has some opportunities for some big stuns if they tried to push out of the base and chase him towards that part of the jungle. But I mean, they eventually get the lanes pushed safely and slowly. Then they group up. Now, how can you engage into this? If you're DRX, you can't really. You have to just watch your base go to shambles. I mean, that in itself is a challenge at this stage.
Or at all, you know.
Maybe you shouldn't, yeah.
If you can't see them, you can't paranoia in, so good luck with that, getting any vision. They've used 2 blue trinkets now. And, well, this is going to be the Elder going the way of KT. They're going to try to snipe it here. It is not successful. And I like how KT, you know, they probably could have just pushed in with the lead that they have and won, but you don't want to just take some weird fluky fight and then die and give the Elder Drake to DRX. So they're doing the safe play. They back away, teleport in from Doran, buy up as much items as possible, as many items as possible. And then you push with the Elder Drake, and that's what they'll look to do now.
I mean, they have so much shielding. They have executes now with the Elder Drake. One last stand here for DRX. As, I mean, if they engage in, they face certain death, but if they wait, then they also face certain death. They're between a rock and a hard place here. KT, though, really respecting the strong damage output. It's the equalizer to just slow this down. That's so sad.
It's the saddest equalizer we've ever seen. Could only see like half of it, too, because of the hill over there. Oh, man. Well, KT, just thinking about how they're going to get in here. There's an okay amount of wave clear. Right? You've got Nocturne and Rumble, so there are methods to try to, you know, stop the waves from coming in. But Paranoia just going to blind them to deny some vision. I think he ulted there onto UCal. UCal has almost more than full health after that one, so yeah. Probably even noticed it. Doran looking for the flash play here. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get it. Really nice Emperor's Divide into that fountain, as the equalizer does get a lot of value, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be way too much here from KT, as the double kill will go the way of Hybrid, and they will finally end that game at about 30. Ah, man.
Yeah.
Well, we have Jace here as well.
There was even a hover on the Vayne. I really...
There are just some moments where you're left scratching your head, and that kind of felt like the early game in game 1, but definitely looking to prove himself a little bit here in game number 2.
Pyosic's in trouble.
Yeah, Pyosik really going for this scuttle here is going to be punished as Doran just flashes on him and one-shots him. This is going to bait Kingen into a bad position as well, as he's not even going to... DRX have not gotten a single Drake in this series. And honestly, I don't think that's going to change here. I don't think they have any way of getting on in here. The teleport is committed to by Doran. And you see UCal is in the back line now trying to force this. Will flash away from the sleep setup. And now we have the big engage. So much was used onto UCal. And now there's no escape. Becca just trying to create room for Bao. Will be successful on that front.
Around the Samira, they missed their chance. They were just simply too far behind.
Yeah. We'll see how...
But I feel like this next fight for DRX is their last chance to really swing the tempo advantage. Otherwise, it just gets harder and harder and harder the rest of the game. I mean, look at UCal's items. Significantly ahead right now. Already has his Leandries. And, I mean, when you're DRX in these situations, you have a lot of ways you can team fight.
Maybe this is their moment. Maybe they try to get in here, but teleport advantage or no, KT, they have the pressure with the Rift Heralds. They have Doran rotating down. And they will be looking to fight aggressively as they look to take down Becca. A decent amount of chunk damage there onto him, but UCal extremely low in the mid lane as well.
Now, this is DRX's chance. I mean, I really do feel this is their last chance. We have to see an amazing shockwave here. Look at KT. They're actually just kind of cutting this fight apart. Actually, Kingan's getting zoned out on the top side of the map, and UCal couldn't be safer. Like, he could not be safer if he tried. Where he is. They walk the Drake back into their advantage. Now, actually, though, there's a little bit of a zone out on the door, and if he's going to join this fight, it's going to have to be a teleport. And that's a really nice spot for that ball to be for KT trying to chase. Okay, there's the teleport. Look at UCal's positioning. He's so safe. He's going to do so much damage in this fight.
Yeah, it'll be hard to get on top of him. You see the ball positioning is specifically to zone away UCal, but Bao gets caught, has to dash away here. The poke is going to force DRX back, and that is going to be Drake number 8 in favor of KT. Now Becca trying to get an engage here, goes kind of Rambo, does catch 2, but here comes Zeus, and UCal over the wall goes Rambo, making a different meaning to that word. But now we do have Doran making so much magic happen. He's going to go down, though, as maybe KT went a little bit too far. Last one, to be honest, but... you know, it is what it is. There's a ton of damage and poke on the side of DRX. And this is what I was talking about before. This is like their power spike, right?
Yeah.
The Jace is really fed. Orianna's got a couple of items. You have the Lilia for some ranged engage. You're going to be poking people out. I think KT would like to have a decent engage here.
I feel like they should back
You can
away.
see the poke that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough for KT to deal with. We'll see if they still commit to this. Zeus looking to come around the back. And DRX should know about this. They're going to see him now, and here we go. Zeus has to pull the trigger, gets into the backline, but there is zero follow-up. Blank is getting poked out as well, and there goes down the cow.
This is so
The shockwave is going to miss. Bao is going to come on in. There's the double kill for him, as a very wonky engage comes in from KT, a bit desperate, you could say, and DRX very calmly just going to take down their first Drake.
I don't think KT can contest this. They think they should just give this up.
Blank is going to look for the steal. He has ult and smite. Let's see if he can do it. They're going to CC him, and actually they're going to wait. They want to turn this fight around. They don't care about the Baron. Zeus gets that engage, and here we go. KT finally find an entrance in here. A double kill now for Blank as Doran baits in another one. Kingan is going to go down, so that is 3 for 0, but the Baron taken by DRX, and 2 members do survive with that buff.
Yeah, 2 members get the buff. They get the additional gold here as well. So yeah, negative Baron power play at the moment, but it's not all bad here for DRX, but it looked like a fight that KT had no business winning because they were so late to the party, but it was actually a really nice engage from Blank. You see the UCal's damage, and I'm sure we're going to get a replay of it as well, but UCal's damage in that pit is massive. And so Sutton's the second member in, Doran's on the chase. He's got so many shields.
In live, we got mid-on-mid action. UCal gonna pick up a solo kill onto Orianna. That's pretty nice. They get that Baron buff away from the Orianna. Still, the push is strong into the mid lane, but that's a great pick here. I believe a little bit of a shutdown as well. Gonna go the way of UCal. I saw 500 gold.
They were kind of tied together, right? But now KT have taken back control of the map. They have control over... Okay, well, this is a rough spot to be in if you're Kingan.
This is not how you win this game for DRX, although they are going to trade it there for Zeus. Eventually, they get him through, but Kingan is going to be engaged, and Doran is so massive in this front line. You've got a big horse, of course, as well, to follow up there. The Samira engage is going to do a lot of damage, but that is not enough. And DRX get caught out, and KT will push to win.
Yep, that's it. All it takes is one mistake, and that's what I was leading to before this happened, is they have vision control, they have map control. They're trying to clear out some wards on the Drake so they can look for that final Ocean Soul. And it just doesn't matter when you actually try to come in and just get caught with your pants down like Kingen does. That's not a tank that has a great escape, or that's not even a tank. It's a top laner that doesn't have an escape. It's Jace. you can't actually just face check like that. And that's game. That's the series. Attempt here by DRX was good. There were a few good fights for them, a few good objectives, but at the end of the day, some small mistakes leading to their demise.
Yeah, that's going to do it here. Becca, he's being generous today, or at least he was trying. Not going to give